Well, hi guys, I'm Lit.
I'm Coco.
So this week we're actually going to be touring one of Coco's bucket list items, which happened to be,
Graceland!
yay
Yay!
for Coco.
Yes, it's been on my bucket list forever. So we couldn't take any video because they don't allow video in the mansion or anywhere else, really.
Well,
A little bit.
yeah.
A
So
little bit.
so the big sign says no video or audio recording in the mansion.
Right.
Um, which I abided by. We just took a ton of photos, and I'll go ahead and put a bunch of photos together for you guys. Outside of the mansion, there was no signs that said no recording. So as we were heading up to one of the areas, which was his private planes, I
Right.
was video recording, and unfortunately I got yelled at. No recording, no
Right.
recording. And I said, well, the sign said no recording at the mansion. And she says, well, the planes are considered part of the mansion, even though it's in a different part of the property.
Right. So when we were staying in South Haven, Mississippi, just right outside of Memphis, it took us about 15, 20 minutes to get to
Yep.
Graceland. Is all when you're driving in, yeah, not very far at all. And then there is actually an RV park in Graceland I wanted to mention that we heard terrible reviews on. We actually, you can see it from the parking lot at Graceland. Really small sites. I wouldn't recommend it also because of the crime there. They
Yep.
say it's not a great place.
Lots of drive-by shootings.
Right. So it's not a great place to stay for sure. So that's why, we stayed outside of Memphis. But primarily because I wanted to go see Graceland and I've wanted to my whole life. So anyway, there also is some different pricing. It is a little pricey when you go online. We did book our tickets online early. There's 3 different options. It's like the first one is just basic. You can see the mansion, $77. The second one that we ended up doing, it's a VIP entourage one. It was $128 a person. It's a little pricey, but what you get with that one is VIP, no lines. They said no lines. I guess getting onto the shuttle or once you get to the mansion, which I found was pretty accurate.
Plus, you got to hang out at the mansion as long as you wanted.
Right, and you can leave, get back on a shuttle, go back, and then also go back again all day. We ended up going with that one just because it included the airplane. So if you chose just the $77 package, you do not get to see the airplanes at all. So that one is what we decided to pay a little bit extra again because it's one of the things I really wanted to see. So when you first walk into Graceland, you get, if you do the VIP package, you get this little lanyard keepsake, and then you get to, the mansion is actually across the street from the main area, I guess is what you would say. And so you get on the shuttle, they issue you a iPad with headphones, which I thought was cool. So when you're walking around the mansion, they kind of talk about different things inside the mansion as you're touring it. John, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say this was Coco's second bonus because she loves this guy.
Yeah, John Stamos was narrating this. It's so good. I loved it. So once you get in there, you can go at your own pace. You don't have to listen to the audio if you don't want to. But I felt there was a lot of information on there, is what he's going through, the different things as you're walking through the mansion. The only thing you cannot do in the mansion, obviously, is video. You can take pictures, but you cannot go upstairs where Elvis was, in his living quarters, bedroom, whatnot. But
when he was living.
Right?
Or is he still alive?
Yeah, he might still be. So we got to walk around the whole, like I said, mansion, the outside of it. You'll see lots of different areas. What I found interesting is that I did not know that he's buried there. So once you get outside, you get to actually see him. He's there. His parents are there, his grandma, and then most recently, his grandson, who just recently passed, is there. So I found that really interesting. It was really sad, and but you could stay as long as you wanted in every little spot. You didn't have to keep moving around if you didn't want to.
Because we were there, it was the 45th anniversary of his death.
Since he died, right. And so yeah, so we walked around. Like I said, you can walk around at your own pace. with that VIP, there was also another room where you can you get to see actually more memorabilia.
Yep. So it was the VIP lounge
Right.
at the shuttle drop-off pickup area for the VIPs. The nice thing in there, I imagine all of my Colorado folks already know, you know, Elvis was an honorary Denver police officer and would fly out and actually do patrols with the detectives. So he had his lieutenant badge hanging up in the mansion. In the
Cool.
private room, he actually had his Denver badge and the Colt that he carried
Right.
while he worked in Denver.
Right. That was really cool to see.
Yep, lots of extra stuff.
Yeah, with the cost. And then once you're done touring, and you can, like you said, stay as long as you want, you get back on the shuttle to cross back over to the main entrance. And there they have like his cars, that included in our VIP. Lots of museum areas.
Clothing, songs.
Different eras of his
recording studio that he had, you know, there in the mansion. One of the cool things is when the shuttle bus is taking you outside of the mansion, there's actually outside the mansion gates, the big brick wall there is actually used for you to put your name. Some famous artists have actually gone and signed the wall as well. And then there's actually kind of like a pull-through lane that Elvis had put in so his fans could pull in without obstructing the traffic flow, which was really kind of a nice thing to do. So, but we found out the wall actually got its start was when Elvis was living there with Priscilla and his mom. That girls would actually stop by and use lipstick, and they would write their name and their phone number on the wall saying, "Elvis, call me."
Great.
So his mom was out there one day trying to...
I think it was his grandma. It was grandma. I don't think his mom was alive then.
Oh, his grandma?
It was his grandma.
So his grandma went out there one day to try to clean the wall, and unfortunately the lipstick had stained the brick.
Right.
So she got mad and told Elvis to take care of this because it's not acceptable for this to be outside their house. So she made him go down and write down every name and phone number that was on that wall and
lipstick.
had him call each individual person to tell them to stop graffitiing on his wall. Well, unfortunately, it backfired because every girl that received the phone call from Elvis himself told their friends that if you write your name and phone number on this wall, Elvis will personally call you. So unfortunately, it didn't stop it. It actually made it even worse. So in the end, they just allowed it, and it just kind of became a thing for his fans to be able to leave messages and notes for him. And still to this day, people do it, and they told us, you know, bring a Sharpie, and
well,
you
I read
can
that
sign
online.
the wall.
Yeah, make sure and bring a Sharpie, which I did. I did sign the wall.
Yep.
Once you take the shuttle, though, you have to walk back across to it after you come back. I know it's a back and forth. It's literally across the street, but anyway, we did that just because I wanted to sign the wall.
Yep.
For sure. And then so then after part of our package too was including the airplanes. We got to see his big airplane and the smaller plane. Again, like Lit said, you couldn't record, so we just took photos inside. It was really cool. A lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yep. So you had the front kind of private area in the big plane that was just kind of couches and TVs and kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, he had a bedroom on there too.
So yeah,
cool.
in the way in the middle there was more kind of like a party area, the bar and kind of stuff like that. Then there was a full bathroom, and then beyond the full bathroom was Elvis's private bedroom,
right?
Which I guess back in the day, that was it. That was the high-tech private plane.
Right. So everything is identical as to how it was when he was alive. Yep. Nothing's changed. That's, I guess, the nostalgic part of it. That was really cool. Lots of gift shops there as well. I would recommend, though, do not eat there. We found one restaurant that was open. It wasn't great food. It was expensive. Wasn't great. So if you go eat first and then go. I did also read on the third package, which is like $198
a person.
a person. That's the one we didn't do. That one, basically, the only difference from ours was that it came with a meal ticket. We didn't do that one, even though we did eat there because we did it in the middle of the day and we were starving. But
Yep.
we learned our lesson. I wouldn't recommend eating there.
I did the barbecue platter because I was hungry. I hadn't eaten all day.
Not great.
Literally, it was one rib. It was a tiniest chicken wing I've ever seen in my life. It was like a tablespoon of brisket, and then 2 sides.
Right.
And unfortunately, that gave me really bad gut rot. So.
Wow. You really have to say that?
I did say that.
Wow. Anywho, wasn't great. Eat before you go. That was the other thing. Lots of, like we were saying earlier, a lot of walking around to look at the other museums, whatnot. I felt like, it's really was worth it to me. I enjoyed it 150%. If you're an Elvis fan or not, I mean, I really recommend it.
We spent 4 hours there.
Yeah, and it's time consuming. There's a lot to see. There's a lot of gift shops as well there. Again, it's pricey because it's a touristy thing, but not a lot to eat. We did notice online there was a bar, but I don't think that was open.
No.
Either, so we couldn't
go. But they do have the concert venue.
They do have a concert venue there too. So I think that maybe opens when they're having a concert. But it wasn't open when we went. We went during the middle of the day on they say the best time to go is at 2 o'clock. It's less crowded. But because we bought the VIP, we weren't going to have to wait in line anyway. We went at 1 o'clock. But
yeah, so ultimately, like this one, I took one for the team. It wasn't something that I was excited about, but it was on Coco's bucket list.
That's great.
So I took one for the team and spent 4 hours being drug around.
Yeah. And I think it was worth it. It was worth it for the time and money that we spent, just because I love Elvis and I love what he stood for. I love how he changed music, and it's great.
Yeah.
Recommend.
Yep. Coco found out something new. She kept asking me, what does the TCB
I didn't know.
mean? Because it was on the tail of the plane. It was on all the stuff. And it's, of course, taking care of business.
Right.
So I took care of business and allowed her to do this for 4 hours of my life. But it was enjoyable. It wasn't my most favorite thing I've ever done. But it also wasn't the worst thing I've ever done. So it's a little bit of payback from the Breaking Bad, dragging her around for 4 hours. So
it was good. Good time. 10 out of 10 in my book. If you're in Memphis, go see Graceland.
Yeah, 6 out of 10 in my book. But happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
So as you kind of saw through that, we kind of did some editing. We threw some photos in there. Just kind of gave you a quick tour. Highly, recommend it. Just go if you're there. So yeah, as a whole, if you're in the Memphis area, definitely stop by, check it out. For me, it was a once in a lifetime. Definitely wouldn't go twice in a lifetime, personally. What about you?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. So she would go twice. So thank you for checking out our short video on Graceland. And next week, we're both excited because where are we heading to? Nashville. That's our country dream. So next time, we'll see you guys next time. So don't forget, give us a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you like, what you hate, what we're doing okay on. And we will see you guys next week. Bye-bye. A lifetime kind of deal. I wouldn't go twice in a lifetime. But
I might.
She might. Maybe in our next marriage.
Wow. You better fucking edit that.
No, that was staying in. So yeah, I would recommend it.
Stop. We're not even gonna fucking do
There we
it.
are.
10 out of 10.
So yeah, I would recommend, you know, at least once in a lifetime trip. Definitely not twice in a lifetime. So, what about you?
I'm not saying anything.
Come on.
No,
I wasn't
you're
gonna say
it
anything
again. You were gonna
afterwards.
say
No,
it again.
I wasn't.
I'm getting a headache. Are we done?
No.
Oh.
So yeah, it was definitely a once in a lifetime. Personally, I wouldn't do it twice in a lifetime. What about you?
I would.
Twice in a lifetime?
Stop, Andy.
Well, you're supposed to say yes, twice in a lifetime.
Oh. Let me make sure.
You make sure you go to the mansion. There's actually a wall that has just autographs and sign-ins. You want to put that on mute?
It wasn't. It was a. Okay.
So one of the cool things, kind of like a pull-through lane that Elvis had put in, so his fans could stop by and take pictures of his house without obstructing.
Traffic.
So his fans could put